Aloha, it's Jim from Animal Ability. Today I'm going to show you some abdominal exercises. Now we're going to emphasize the lower section of your abdominals. Now technically there is no lower abdominal muscle or muscles per se, but you can emphasize the force and make that area very strong. Now of course, to be able to see that V down there, you'll still have to be lean, so you're going to have to watch your diet. Having said that, I'm going to show you the exercises, or some of the exercises that you could use to help with that. So the first one is called V-ups. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay supine, which is just a fancy way of saying face up. Put your legs out straight, arms out behind you. Now you want to lift your lower legs up, mashing your low back into the ground. Take a deep breath. Now we're going to do dead bugs. Now what you're trying to do with that V-up is come up at the same time, try to touch your toes. If you can't, you can't. It's the effort that makes the difference. So we're going to do dead bugs the most advanced way, with limbs straight. You're here, you lower opposites. You can decrease the resistance. Or your low back is mashed the whole time. Now we're going to do flutter kicks. This is something you probably used to do in high school if you're old enough to remember the days when you had recess and recreation and gym class. Now I like to put my hands here under my glutes. That helps me crunch up even better, so the lower abs get worked along with the upper abs, and I flutter. Now we're going to do band resisted reverse crunch. So I'm going to grab my band here. Okay, you want to take it, put it around the bottoms of your feet, in the crooks of your elbows, your elbow pits. Lay down. You can go in, outside or inside with this. Force your knees up, then down, keeping your low back mashed into the ground the whole time. Slack comes off. Now what you're doing here is you're actually getting assistance from the band to pull your knees upwards. But as you force out, you're working the opposing muscles and you're giving yourself some great stabilization, and you'll feel it in your abdominals even though you're technically working the opposing muscles of the abdominal area. So now we're going to do the stability ball pike up. Put your feet on the ball, round, pike up. Inhale, exhale. Okay, there were the main exercises. I'm going to give you a couple of bonus exercises because I always like to do that. So I'll get rid of this. Which you could use this for the next exercise. But since my thing I'm holding on to isn't as high, I'll just use a medicine ball. You could use a Bosu, which is one of those half balls, looks like a dome. Now, you want to lock your hips at 90 and your knee joint at 90. Take a deep breath, exhale, rotate up. Okay, so that's called a reverse crunch using a ball. Like I said, you could use a body ball or a Bosu. You basically want to mash your back the whole time, lock this joint, lock that joint, and really work on the spinal crunch movement. Now we're going to go over here and do what I call the Pallof hinge. Directing my cameraman to come out that direction. Now, you can use a cable for this or a band. I like to use a band. You don't want to get too much resistance, but you want to get just enough so that you feel this. This is going to work your sides and your low back along, since it's a hinge, with your glutes and hamstrings. So you're going to stand in a normal deadlift position or Romanian deadlift position. Take your outside hand, cup it over your inside hand, pull it here, push it out. That's your starting position. Big chest, hinge, hinge. Whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other side. So, the band is trying to turn you. You're trying to resist that turn the whole time. So that's going to be a little add-on to help you get full abdominal development so that you don't just work the frontal plane. Thanks. Have a great day.